Welcome to the In-Between.
Did I tell you about Chris wanting to make an RPG theater compilation of every time you sing?
No.
And every time I ask you about Wild Things, the film?
Do I do the wild thing?
No, like, isn't that the film that I always ask you, like, what's that? What's that about?
Oh, Fired Up?
Fired Up, yeah. That's what I mean. Because she's like, you ask about that too often. And so she wants to make a compilation of every time I ask you about that film.
I love
because
that.
I keep on forgetting, and every time you sing. And I think we have another, 7 or 8 episodes just based on that.
Awesome. That's great.
I know.
This game makes me feel like Kiff sounds from Futurama. You watch enough Futurama to know. Kiff?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Remember when... Yeah, exactly.
You immediately made that sound.
Remember, when you were a kid and you were just so embarrassed about being a kid because, you weren't big enough to do anything yet, but you were big enough to kind of say something, but you were just like, no.
I don't know if I'm following.
No was the most you could stand up for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
And I just I'm like, no. No. It feels like someone's making me eat a snowball that someone peed in on the playground.
But the problem is that
January.
it's you
next to the yellow tornado slide.
You're the one.
It's not like this actually happened to me or anything.
There were a lot of details there. It was at the corner of Anderson and 5th, if you were wondering, hypothetically.
This was before they opened access to the field that they'd let us run in, and before Kyle Sinclair and I found those paintballs that we thought were alien eggs because we'd never seen something like that before.
And it was just down the street from that Planet X, so...
About 4 blocks away from my aunt and uncle's house, and a block further from Emily's place. Right next to my scout, at the edge of the field, a scoutmaster. That's where he lived.
There's a weird film noir voiceover, but by a drunken man just retelling his past.
It's this detective that doesn't have a case, so he's just drinking scotch and being like, man, being a kid sucked. Just recalling his entire childhood.
My first case, the alien eggs.
We didn't know where they came from. We thought they were tree seeds. We took them back into the classroom and put needles into them, and then a bunch of green goop came out. Purple on the outside. Shut up. Green on the inside. We knew aliens invaded. We were so sure that we had cracked the case about aliens. And then 4 years later, I saw my dad had bought me and my brother's a paintball gun.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh. Had no for years, heavy years, informative years, where you decide who you're gonna be for the rest of your life. I was like, you guys don't fucking understand. Kyle and I found fucking alien eggs in the field outside the school. Right next to Mr. Sinclair's house. Or not Mr. Sinclair, Mr. Schaefer's house. Who was my scoutmaster!
He's in on it. It's a cover.
Mr. Schaefer didn't know, but we knew. That night, my scoutmaster saw something that he didn't think he'd ever see. And I'm not talking about those weirdo scoutmasters. Nope, not going down that way.
Why? Why is this
We did it again!
No!
Stop this madness!
Lexus! Don't go!
Alexis, stop. I can't do that, Dave.
God damn it!
This has just been like stream of consciousness.
Really?
Not even with
Seriously.
beat poetry.
Yeah. we're trying to get to a better game in the in-between. We're like, remember when we were having fun?
We're getting that like Solid Snake exclamation point on top of our heads.
You mentioned kids! Whoa!
Let's knock this off.
Oh, my Lanta.
And then Lindsay gave me a dandelion. She rubbed it on my knee and made a butter sort of color, and I guess that meant I like girls. You remember that shit?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my,
We're gonna unearth a lot of weird shit about me.
That's right up there with the little paper pyramids.
Oh yeah.
Choose a number. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now
choose a color.
Green, GREEN. This is your fortune.
Fuck you.
You're gonna eat a fist.
Wow.
You're gonna be bullied for the next 10 years. You like too many weird things for people to accept you.
Oh, too close. Too close to home.
Yeah. And then she said GRE. She lifted it up and she said, you like too many weird things for people to accept you. And that was the first time I realized I could fit into a locker.